we're losing the country.
This will not have a country because this won't
Scary.
stop. And these other Republicans, they'll never be able to carry the weight that my father's carried. Never. They don't have the backbone. They don't have the willpower. They don't have the voice. They certainly don't have the.
I don't even know why he
pocketbook.
bothers. I mean, at some point you got to say, I got to, I don't know. Eric, good to see you. I'm sorry you're going through this.
Because these monsters want to have my father in a courthouse. They want to have my father spend tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars. So he's distracted. So he can't be in South Carolina. And he can't be in Iowa. He can't be prosecuting Joe Biden for being the worst president in the history of this country. New York has the worst problems of any city, arguably, in the country. And this is what the Attorney General spends her time on, going after a guy who has put more money and more assets and done more to shape an amazing American city than Donald Trump, all because he's a political adversary? It's day one.
Yeah.
Sean, they did it since day one. Since the minute my father came down that escalator, they went after him. They have never stopped between the impeachments and between Kavanaugh and perfect phone calls, the Russia hoax, the hell that they've put our family through. And when they realized they couldn't do it at the executive branch, guess what? They moved to state AGs and district attorneys in the most far-left Democratic areas in the entire country to do what they failed to do in Washington, D.C., and it's a hell our family lives every day. And I am so thankful I've got the toughest father in the world who will fight this crap for what it is. I mean, he's going to win. I'm telling you, people understand the sham for what it is.
I hope you're right, Eric, because the deck stacked against him. I mean, they're throwing everything they got at him. I don't know how he's still standing. This is why what the Judiciary Committee is doing, this is under Jim Jordan, they're investigating whether our FBI and DOJ at the top, not rank and file, have been weaponized and politicized. This is the weaponization of justice. And this is now going to go on. It's now October. A year from now, we'll be on the verge of a presidential election. And they want to put your dad basically the entire year in a courtroom, in venues where I can almost assure you, Eric, I don't want to give you news you don't want to hear. You already know. Your dad can't get a fair trial in New York. He's not going to get a fair trial in D.C. or Fulton County, Georgia, for that matter. Here with reaction. He's from the Trump Organization. He's involved in this case. It is a national disgrace. Eric Trump, glad to have you back, sir.
It's great to be on, Sean.
I don't even know where to begin. I'm giving minor examples of tiny little properties going for 250 million in Palm Beach. I'm talking about dirt going for 150 million. You have 20 some odd acres, an iconic property, intercoastal, ocean. How is it possible this judge can do the very thing that they are accusing you, your brother, and your father of doing? I'll be able to retire. It'd be like hitting the lotto. And I'm not joking about it because it's not funny. I'm sorry you're going through this. This is wrong. We can't have attorney generals targeting people in campaigns and then doing it in court. This is not justice in America. That is not constitutional law in America.
It's disgusting. And to bring the family into it who had nothing to do with any of this, I mean, Sean, this should be illegal in the United States of America. This is what they do in communist Russia. This is what they do in Venezuela. And it shouldn't happen. And believe me, and I've said this to you before, it's all coming from the top, Sean. It's all coming from Joe Biden because they want to take out the guy who is otherwise going to beat him in 2024.
This is why what the Judiciary Committee is doing, this is under Jim Jordan, they're investigating whether our FBI and DOJ at the top, not rank and file, have been weaponized and politicized.